Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me here live once again this week at the Royal Sit Down. I am your host, Xyla Royals, and today is Monday. And on Mondays, we always do hashtag asking my girl, Xyla. All right. So our first question comes from my girl, Charity. She's a part of my Love and Hoodoo group, and she has an interesting question. And her question goes, I'm doing some candle work. My flame is burning very fast. It has two flames. Look like they are either dancing or fighting. What does the two candle flames mean? All right, girl. To answer your question, first off, two candle flames represent you and the target. Now, I'm not sure what type of candle you are working or what type of ritual you're working, but say for instance, you're working a love spell, and your target is the actual other flame. Now, sometimes two flames make a heart, which is, your spell working. If the flame is dancing, that means that it is affecting you and him. Now, if it looks like it's like fighting, I wish I could see it. Then yes, that's exactly what it is. It's maybe could be some battle. It could be some resistance there. You know what I'm saying? That you may need to clear up. So you may want to smudge and pray if you feel like there's some fighting going on. But if there's some dancing going on, that is a really good sign that your spell is working and affecting you and your target, okay? So to explain, just to sum it up fast, because she said that her candle is burning fast. Now, if your candle is burning fast, that is a really good sign that it is working. That's a really good sign that the ancestors have heard your petition, they heard your cries, and they're going to give you what you want. Okay, so it's going to happen. That is a very good sign when you have a very fast burning candle and there is a lot of movement in the flame. If it's a very high flame, that is excellent. That is an excellent sign that you are working with very powerful energy, very powerful spirits. Okay, if your candle is burning out fast, that means that you're going to get what you want. If there's two flames, then that definitely means that you and the target are involved, and it is affecting both of you guys if you guys are flickering and dancing like you say that they are. Now, if they're fighting, then you know that could definitely represent some resistance. It could represent some problems. Or, I'm mostly saying resistance, right? All right, cool. And just to have the whole two flames represent you and that person, all right? Now, I have another question here from Alena. How do you know if somebody has put a spell on the same person I'm trying to sweeten up? All right, to answer your question, I would suggest you go and get a reading done. All right, if you go and get a reading done by one of your trusted readers, then that person will be able to tell you if there is a spell going on the same person that you're trying to sweeten up as well. And some signs to look for would be if that person is very indecisive. You know what I'm saying? Like really indecisive. Like you can tell, like because it's really like more of a gut feeling. You can tell if somebody is working on somebody that you're working on too, because that person will show signs of your work, and that person will also show signs of that person's work. They could be going back and forth, and you're like, damn, why you like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like putting the I've been putting the voodoo down on this particular person, but this person is steady going back. Now check this out though. I do have a person that I do readings for, and this particular person does have um, a target that's already being worked on by somebody else, and I can tell you from her experience, it is a struggle. It is a ongoing battle, because her spells will work, but then the other woman's spells will work. But yet this man, he is really indecisive, but his heart wants to be with one person, but he just has this attachment to one person because his intuition is going to be extremely cloudy if if two people are working on one person. How can a person think if he has all these people, working on him? So he won't even really be able to make his own decisions like he think he would, like he would. And he would be really upset most of the time. Like, I know I would be upset if there would be no way that I could make up my mind. You know what I mean? Because if you are tampering with somebody's spirit, then that person cannot make up their mind. And that's why that person is confrontational or very agitated. Look for those signs too when you are working on somebody, and you also feel like there's more than one person working on that individual. And if you feel like that there's more than one person working on that individual, I definitely suggest that you get a reading to clear that up and verify. But then I also would suggest that you do a cut and clear from that other person's work. You might want to cleanse that person first. Wipe all of that energy off of that man and create a neutral boundary so that you can start your work and it can affect him better than the other person's work, or more than the other person's work, because you don't really know when that person started working on that person. You may have not been the first person to start working on him, so you definitely want to reverse the spells that she's been putting on him, and you want to block them and banish them. I'm sorry if I yelled a little bit, but I want to say that you want to block, banish, and rebuke the spell that she has put on him, or that person has put on that particular person, so that you could start with a fresh, clean slate. All right. Well, that sums it up for this week's episode. Join me here once again every week on Monday at the same time, 9:30, at the Royal Sit Down, asking my girl Xyla. Submit your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I answered your questions to the best of my abilities. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.